It's the Upstate Golf Show, hosted by Kip Kirby on 104.5 The Team.
It's the Upstate Golf Show with Kip Kirby, and my guest in studio today is Noel Gabauer from the Town and Colony Golf Course. I have on the line Mr. Steve Smith.
You got it. Greystone Golf and Country Club, in case my boss is listening.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is Steve Smith. He's from South Colony, and he does have a southern accent. So maybe it was the south part of Colony that happened. We're not sure. But Steve, again, thanks a lot for appearing today. You're calling in. And what are you doing down in Birmingham, Alabama, and how long have you been down there?
Well, this actually income tax day strikes the 20th year on the clock for old Smitty. Got down here, actually got to Birmingham by way of New Orleans. I left Colony in 1989 and went to New Orleans and then stayed there for about 7 years and then moved up to Greystone, a great golfing town, Birmingham. Shoal Creek is right around the corner from us, Birmingham Country Club, and a couple other really good facilities. So it was a great move for me. Great guy invited me up there, a guy named Hank Johnson, who's taught on Golf Digest. And so it was really, really neat to be able to do that. I got a little bit of the benefit of working for Herb over at Western Turnpike in the instruction part, and then Hank was teaching people all over the world. So I got to kind of build on that resume of instruction. But came here, and we were 18 holes and hosting a tour event. And then it wasn't, after a couple of years, we started building our second course, and Reese Jones came in and built that. And it's been great. But this is going to be my 20th year, and the tournament's coming back. And now it's a major, so it's pretty exciting.
And explain that. So you have a senior tour event, the Regions tournament.
Tradition.
The Tradition, which is a major on the senior event. So you're going to be a big part of doing everything, setting up the course, have input with a lot of stuff, correct?
Yeah, they kind of come to you. The tour sends out a group. They're called the advanced team, and they set it out from everything to mark the golf course so they're consistent from week to week. And that's pretty important thing, because you can imagine going from golf professional to golf professional. We all have our ways of marking a golf course or setting it up, but their advanced team, these guys, they travel for about 30 weeks out of the year, and they go from event to event, and they make sure that each time that an event is set up, it's consistent from everything from the speed of the greens to the way the hazards are marked to the length of the golf course. And it's incredible how they have that thing so dialed in as far as how far apart the out-of-bounds markers need to be. And it just really, really helps, and it's what makes it tick. So I get in there and do a little bit of telling them the uniqueness of our course, and then they jump in with both feet and say, okay, and they actually pick the key locations. And they know that if it rained last night, they need to advance these 4 holes up to make it play the right distance. It's pretty incredible how they've done it so much and have a really, really good idea. But a lot of it is done, believe it or not, for you.
It's the Upstate Golf Show with Kip Kirby in studio. Again, I have Noel Gabauer, and on the phone, Steve Smith, Director of Golf at Greystone Golf and Country Club in Birmingham, Alabama. Steve, I know Noel has a question or two here. I'm going to let him fire away one here for you.
Hey,
okay.
Steve. Hey, Steve. I just what I really want to know is do you remember the banquets that we used to have for the Colony High golf team at Coach Typer's house?
Oh, gosh, I tell you what, I was thinking about that the other day. I called Coach Typer out of the blue one day, and it was amazing. I got on that phone, and I said, Coach, I know you're not going to know who this is. He said, Smitty. I was like, wow. But I do. I mean, what a great time that was. And I was thinking we won the Suburban Council Championship that one year.
Wow.
And how, no one thought we could ever do that, including myself. But that was really a treasured time. You always kind of forget how much fun that stuff is. But
it sure was.
That stuff. What a great time eating all that pizza. Coach saying, you can't eat another slice. But
well, that's the one thing. I mean, I followed you into the town of Colony and then followed you over to Western Turnpike, kind of followed in your footsteps. But the one place I couldn't follow you is that you did have the lasagna eating record at Coach Typer's house. And I never could top that. I tried every year, but I just couldn't make it. Oh,
that's funny. But, yes, I like to eat. I had to kind of cut that out a little bit, though, once once I got a little bit older, the old metabolism didn't quite work.
No, you and me both.
It's the Upstate Golf Show with Kip Kirby. You got Noel Gaybauer and Steve Smith. A little reunion here, and I know, folks, you're not all from Colony, but we had some unique experiences. And just real quick, I was the fifth man on the when my senior year on the high school team, and with Suburban Council Championship, some Saratoga Spa on the 10th tee. I hit a beautiful shot down the middle, and I actually heard another coach go, "Hey, Coach Typer, why is he number 5?" And I heard Coach go, "Wait till he comes in." So, my confidence level has always been great from there, and I never had a problem. But hey, Steve, I've asked Noel this a little bit ago. 30 years ago, Jack Nicklaus won the Masters. Where were you, and what did that get you into the game, or what did that do to you to motivate you to get more into the game?
I will never forget. I just telling somebody yesterday. I will never forget. Herb Borland and I were sitting in the bag room at Western Turnpike, and we were watching it, and we made that kind of the first birdie that really kind of was like, he could do this. And then he made this. I think he made the second one because he birdied 7, 8, and 9. When he birdied number 9, we looked at each other and said, he's going to win this thing. And I'll never forget, we sat there and we were just screaming and yelling how pumped we were that he was going to pull this thing off. It was so cool.
So what year did you graduate Colony?
Graduated there in good old 1980.
1980. Okay, so you're behind me.
Hard to say that.
Wow, that's incredible. A lot of fun times back then. Steve, being a PGA professional now for how long? Over 25 years? Close to that? You
know what? I just got my pin this year to be a quarter-century club member, so 25 years in February.
Yeah, congratulations, Steve.
That's great. And, I'm with a board member here, too, so you have to be careful everything you say.
Exactly.
It's this is the third show, the Upstate Golf Show, and we're going to have interviews and talk to a lot of folks every week, and just to make it light and have some fun, but keep it local because I think there's a lot of good things happening here locally with charity events and some of our players. Which is, Steve, you'd be shocked how many good players now are going to Division I schools, and really we've got Brian Bigley now on the web.com tour. Great kid, and I think he's going to do some things down the road there. I'm sure you've seen your share of players down that way too. And anybody you want to highlight or say, hey, this is the next upcoming star?
I got this kid at my club. His name is Nick Dunlap. He's all of about 14 right now. But we host a major championship outside of the region's tradition. It's called the Greystone Invitational. It is a top 30 event in the world for amateur golf. And so we have a lot of really, really good tour players that come through that eventually make their way onto the tour. Smiley Kaufman played for numerous years, and, he won in October. So he's playing at Augusta, had a hole-in-one on Wednesday.
Yep.
But Patrick Reed played at our place. So there's been a good bevy of guys. And this kid, Nick Dunlap, he won our junior club championship last couple of years, or last year, and so he'll be eligible to play in this invitational. But he shot 62 already when he was 12, and not from a really long tee, but he's just a great kid, and he's good in all the sports. The one year he was competing for the men's club championship, and he was winning the punt, pass, and kick competition all the way to the final round before that Super Bowl at the playoffs. So the kid is just a really gifted athlete. So it's been pretty neat to see him. But, I'd say probably he's the one that really jumps out at me. So I'd love to get Robbie Bigley. Was it Bobby you said?
No, it's Brian, his brother.
Brian, I'm sorry.
Yep, Robbie's the older brother.
Would love to get him to come and play in our invitational because it's a couple of the guys. If you win that invitational, you get an automatic invite to the Northeast Amateur, which is the most highly touted amateur event in the country.
We would definitely pass that along, and I really appreciate that. That's kind of stuff we're looking for. We've got about a minute left. That's the Upstate Golf Show with Kip Kirby. I have Steve Smith, Director of Golf from Greystone Golf and Country Club in Birmingham, Alabama, and Noel Gaybauer in studio with us. Just the last, real quick here. Steve, when are you coming up to Albany? When are we going to see you?
Well, my mom keeps asking me that question, too, and we do come up every year to Rhode Island. My whole family goes over, and we rent a big house over there and enjoy a week with all my family, about 14 of us with my sisters and their family. And but I really do. I miss it up there. I mean, every year my parents have to send me all kinds of apples in October and November because I'm such a fan of apple picking and doing that. But it's just so busy down here. That's probably the hardest part about what we do. Our club is 36 holes, and it's open every single day of the year except for Christmas. And actually, that's the only day it's closed is Christmas Day. And very, very busy with a lot of different kinds of golfers. We have some tour players that are member of the club. And so it makes it kind of tricky, but I still love the Northeast. I mean, it'll be forever etched in my mind, all the great times I had up there and really putting me on my path, finding golf balls on the golf course at Town and Colony Golf Course is what got me going. So,
Steve, I can't thank you enough for calling in today and taking some time out. Noel, thank you so much. Again, this is the third show, the Upstate Golf Show with Kip Kirby.
Hey, you got it, guys. That was a lot of fun, man. I appreciate it. Noel, good to hear your voice, pal.
Oh, it's good to hear from you, Steve. Good luck with the events down there and everything else, and we're proud of you up here, partner.
Thank you, man. I hope I get to see you guys. Kip, thank you so much, pal.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, y'all
see
be
you.
good.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Up next week, it's College Week, and we're going to have on some college golf coaches. Tom Apettisano of Skidmore, Steve Jensen, the Siena head coach, and Colleen Cashman-McSween of U of Albany, the women's head coach. Thanks again. Look forward to talking to you all next week, next Saturday on the Upstate Golf Show with Kip Kirby here on ESPN Radio 104.5 The Team. Up next, it's Brady Farkas with Capital Region Sports Saturday on ESPN Radio 104.5 The Team.